Hey guys, welcome back to Games Mods. So, we have something special, and I mean very special. This is the first one I've ever bought. This is a blaster from Sabre. Sabre is in Singapore. They make metal Nerf blasters, which is really cool. I've gone over regular Hasbro Nerf products, which are plastic. I've gone over 3D printed blasters. I've gone over blasters that are injection molded, but never a full metal one. So I'm very excited. I don't even know how to start this video actually. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open the box, and I'll take all the pieces out, and we'll go over them, and then after that I'll put it together and show it off to you. So let's open it. Alright, so that's a lot of parts. Won't kid you. So what you see here is basically what you get, except for one thing. I did order, I had him throw in a, I believe the 18K spring, which I believe is this one. It comes with a 14, of course. Yeah, I think this is the 18. So 14K spring. But it does come with a very cool string scar that you will have to string yourself. Everything that you see here comes with the barrel, of course. A twist on stock with an actual castle nut, which I ordered an extra one of, but whatever. The gold pieces, of course, the trigger, the mag release, all the bars that you'll need for it, picatinny rail for on top, and the shell itself, which is full-on metal, and that is laser cut right there with the Sabre and the Apex Prime there. I got the red. There were 3 options, blue, red, and silver. Silver I could have gotten maybe, but I'm a red boy. Red and black are my colors, so I was like, okay. So yeah, this is gonna look really cool. It may take me a bit to put it together, but I am up for the challenge. So I will see you guys back afterwards, after it's built. And I also want to show off this long plunger tube. This is crazy. And this is full on metal. There's your catch hole right there. Very nice. So I'll see you guys when it's done. And just like that, the Sabre Apex is put together. Now you do notice that there's a few extra little things on here. I have a 3D printed cheek rest from Midnight Blasters. Thank you again for making that. It's very cool. I like it a lot. I also have the sights from the Seagull here and here, as well as my Sig Sauer RMR sight, which is very nice. But this blaster is very long. Now, when you get the blaster, it's probably going to come in a kit form. I put this grip on. This is from an AR-15. I think I got this from Primary Arms, and it fits very well on there. I got a straight foregrip, of course, from Worker Mod right here. The bolt action you have up here, so you can actually either prime it from the bottom or from the side, depending on your style. But this is a very heavy blaster. It is all machine, all metal, and I actually weighed it in approximately 6 pounds. So if you're going to be sniping with this, which is what I plan on doing, I would probably use the side prime right here and probably replace the bottom with a bipod, which I most certainly probably will do. But this is a beautiful blaster. Out of Darts is going to be the #1 seller for America for these. He already has the pre-orders up. I believe he's only selling the blue and the red version, like this one right here. There was another color, a silver, but was only limited, I think, 100 people. I didn't want silver. I could have gotten it, but I didn't want it. I wanted red because I love red and black. Those are my colors. If you don't know that by now, you must be new. But in any event, let's go over the magwell here. It does look very different than what we're used to. It is all metal. So it's not flared at all, which is a little, sad. I think in the future they're talking about making a flared magwell or an addition where you can make it into a flared magwell. But let me check and see which mags are compatible with this guy. Alright, so we have some magazines here. First, we're going to test the Worker Mod 10, which is usually the fat-lipped one. That fits in there. Very nice. The 15 Dragon Claw mag, which is my preferable one to use in this. That looks very cool. Works well. 15 Straight Talon by Worker Mod. Fits. 18 Curved, of course. Very nice. Long Tachis. Yep. The Strife X one. Let's see if this works. Yeah, cool. Coda mag. Yep, works fine. And then to the more obscure ones, the Dart Zone mag from the Omnia Pro. Yeah, I guess that works. It's a little fat though, a little fat boy. And then the short dart one from the X-Shot Long Shot seems to work. Doesn't really click in though. So maybe you just push that in, you can pull it out. And then finally, I'm not even sure what this is from. This is from something Dart Zone. That seems to work too. So the ones that click in are basically everything but the Dart Zone stuff. The thing that I wanted to go over was, this is one configuration of a few things that you can do to the Apex. It is kind of customizable. If you don't use the bolt here, you can put some Picatinny rail on the side using M-lock screws, which I have right here. Right now, this won't move back because it will actually hit this, but it's just for looks right now. But if you want to take that off and you just want to use this, you can put railing on the sides. I have it on both here. And I think it looks pretty cool. And you can always add on a flashlight or a laser or whatever you want if you're feeling so inclined. And then if you don't like the stock here, I do like this stock because A, you can actually stand this vertically, which is very cool. It's a very well balanced blaster, literally. But I went ahead and ordered a buffer tube stock, a mil-spec buffer tube stock, and I have a stock on here with a castle nut, and that just screws in the back there to make it a little bit longer, and then of course you can adjust this to go shorter. So yeah, if you want a different option, I think this is more comfortable just for me personally, but it's all up to you. And then other than the stock, you can also switch out the string scar that it came with a bearing scar, of course, from Sabre. I have two of these. I have a black one and a red one. And then you can switch out the spring by just twisting this stock off and taking that spring out, putting this spring in. This is the upgrade spring. And you can go from basically stock FPS to higher FPS. But enough of chit chat. Let's see what this thing actually does out on the testing ground. So let's go to the door. All right, guys, here we are at the door. I mean, we are outside. I actually relocated because I didn't want to put a hole in my door. So We're going to be testing on this dummy here, Mr. Mannequin, or as you used to know him in October, Michael Myers. He's got a little Santa hat on. We're going to be firing at him today over the chronograph, see what kind of speeds we get with the Gen 3 Pluses, I believe, by Worker Mod, and the Bamboo Darts by Worker Mod as well. We'll be testing the 14K spring first, and then of course upgrading it to the 18K spring, and see where we go from there. So let's get to firing. Alright guys, so here we are outside with the Sabre Apex Prime. I have a 10 round Worker Mod mag with some Gen 3 Pluses loaded up. And we're going to see what kind of chronograph range we get off of this guy. We are using the gold scar barrel that came with it first, and then we'll switch over to a bearing scar. $263, $265, $268. Actually came back all the way at me. $275, $263, into the neighbor's yard. Cool. $259. So not too shabby. Let's switch over to the bearing scar. All right, here we are with the bearing scar. 5 more shots of the Worker Gen 3s. 289, 277, 291, 297, 292. So very nice. All right, guys. Now we're gonna try some black Worker Mod bamboos. See what kind of FPS we get with those. We are using the same spring, the same one that came with the 14 kilogram spring with the gold Sabre scar on there. 280, 272, 274, 277, 277. So very consistent, very nice. Let's switch over to the bearing scar. All right, we got 5 more shots with the bearing scar on for the Worker Bamboo Darts, the black ones. Let's see what we get. 292, 297, 293, 292, 295. Came straight back out. That's very nice. Now we're going to switch over to the bigger spring. All right, guys. Now that we put the giant 18 kilogram spring in here, we're going to see what 5 of these Gen 3 Worker Mod darts can do with the gold scar on it. 316, 325, 318, 319, 320. So not bad. Now we're going to test the Worker Bamboos with the gold scar here. All right, here we go. 5 more shots with the gold scar and the Worker Mod Bamboos. 324, 353, 352, 355, and last shot, 357. Very nice. All right, we got 5 more with the bearing scar and the 18 kilogram spring in here. Let's see what these get. $347, and that went on top of that house. 339. 342. 336. 'Sorry, I missed. But it was 338. All right, we got 5 more shots in here of the Worker Mod bamboos with the 18 kilogram spring and the Sabre bearing scar on it. Let's see what we get with these. $365. $374. $363. $338. $342. So not bad at all. And now for fun, I'm going to see how fast I can go with the 50 cal foam balls. I'm just going to breech load it, no scar, no bearing scar. So let's see what that does. All right, guys, I got the 50 cal foam ball. Took the scar off, and we're going to just throw this down the tube here. I'm going to go ahead and prime it real quick. All right, let's see what we get. 439. Not too shabby. It went somewhere. I don't know where it went, but that's pretty crazy. So yeah, well over 400 with the 50 cal dart, or I guess ball. And then for kicks, I want to see if I can put a dent in this guy with the highest spring, just to see. So we're going to use some hard tips, some FVJs, if you will. All right, guys, I just loaded one up because I just want to see if I can do any damage to this guy with the bearing scar back on there and the 18 kilogram spring. Let's see what we can do. Only 323. Yeah, it's not gonna break him, sadly. Might put a dent, but I doubt it. But I'll check. Okay, guys, so I did notice a mark. That's from that last shot. It's nothing huge, but it's a little bit, you know, off the plastic. So not too bad. All right, guys, so that was pretty fun. Let's go back to the table and give our final thoughts here. All right, so that was a pretty good fun firing demo. Very smooth prime. First, I would just want to say that if I haven't said it already. Especially with the 14K spring, it doesn't even feel like you're priming it to hit, you know, high 200s, low 300s. But yeah, it's a dream to prime. I wanted to give a shout out to Sabre for making this thing. It's amazing. And I'm glad that Out of Darts will be selling it for the US. Speaking of them, I wanted to go over that pre-orders are now open on Out of Darts for this blaster. It is a little bit expensive, but it's worth the money. $425, I believe it is on Luke's site, plus shipping. It's probably going to be about $470-ish with shipping and handling, most likely. If you're in Europe, Blaster Time EU is going to be selling it. If you're in Taiwan, Steven Bricklice, I believe, is going to be selling it. If you're in Australia, Down Under, Foamworks Adelaide will be selling this blaster. And then, of course, in Singapore, locally, if you're there, Sabre themselves, of course, because it is a Sabre blaster. But some things I want to point out, besides the sturdiness, the all-metal construction of this thing, it's amazing. It's probably one of the best blasters I've ever handled, in my opinion. It's up there along with the Seagull and the Harrier for probably best blasters, probably in the last 3-4 years or whatever. But this thing has everything I think anybody's going to want in a blaster that is going to last probably a lifetime, if not longer. The plunger rod right here is stainless steel, and it has a linear bar going all the way through this thing. Now note, when you do get this blaster, it will come in a kit form, and it will take you 3 to 3.5 hours. Slight issue in assembling, and I'm pretty sure that you're looking for an assembly video, it took me 3 hours again. Or actually, it took me 3.5 hours. So I won't be doing that. I'm leaving that up to the professional, that is Bradley Phillips. I'll leave a link down in the description below to his channel. When he puts that out, feel free to look at it. There is a PDF file floating around for the assembly, which is what I read. And it's good, but it doesn't tell you exactly what screws go where. So you kind of have to guess and feel around. And that's why it took me 3.5 hours, because I put the wrong ones in one part and had to switch them out with some other screws. So there's that. So hopefully they get labeled somehow in the future. But other than that, it was great assembly. If I knew what I was doing the whole time, it'd be a lot easier assembly. It'd probably take me like an hour. But yeah, other than that, I think this thing is, I think it's near perfect. I don't know what more I can ask for in an all metal blaster. If you guys want to pick one up, I'll leave the links down below for all of those that are going to be supplying it. Again, for the US and Canada, it's going to be out of darts. In the European districts, it's going to be Blaster Time EU. In Taiwan, Stephen Bricklice. And I'll show you Foamworks Adelaide and Sabre, of course, in Singapore. So, this was basically a Christmas gift to myself because I wanted it. I thank Mr. Sabre for sending this out so quickly. But other than that, guys, please like, follow, share, subscribe. And I can't wait to see what you guys get for Christmas. If I don't see it before then, I probably will though. But if I don't, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that fun stuff. Hope you have a good time and stay safe out there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. All right? Bye.